Welcome back to Mostly Thriving.
We're to the world that may look like we're thriving, but really we're just mostly thriving.
Guys, I'm hoping that you can hear a difference in our audio.
And see a difference in the quality of our video.
I know. Please let us know if you can, and if you can't, we worked really hard to try to make it better.
Try again, you know?
Yeah, it's so funny how this works, and just like, I feel like moms do this a lot, and I do this a lot, and it maybe is my personality type, but where there's like a potential solution to something, but I don't want to ask for help, and so I just don't. And I think I can figure it out because I don't want to inconvenience people or put them out. It's only that. It's not because like I think I know or I think I can figure it out. It's strictly because I don't want to inconvenience someone.
I think the inconvenience part might be a mom's thing, but I also think that you kind of fall in that dad category of you don't like following instructions / like
the dad's or my dad.
I feel like your dad is the
my dad is
like the normal dad.
Yeah.
But or like if you're looking for something at Home Depot or the grocery store, you ain't asking for help.
No.
And I am. I'm like, I'm not wasting my time. There's somebody that knows this store like the back of their hand. And I definitely don't. So why waste my time when that person is placed there to show me where to go?
Sometimes it just feels like it's going to take more time to catch someone up on like what's going on and what I'm doing and where I'm at with it versus just like figuring it out. But anyways,
at the grocery store?
No, just in general. But
I'd say you don't have to fill them in.
No, but like long story short, yes. We know someone. His name is Chris Cook, and he is like a genius when it comes to audio and production and podcasting. He was like the worship, and I don't even know what his like job title was at Kensington, but
production something probably.
Yeah, like he's good at this stuff. And when we started the podcast, TJ was like, "You should reach out to Chris," and he kept telling me, "You should reach out to Chris. You should reach out to Chris."
Actually, I think Chris
he did.
Chris put himself right in front of us and said, "Hey, if you need help."
Yeah.
No, he was probably like, these guys don't know what they're doing.
I know. But he just has the best heart and like genuinely wants to watch people succeed. And he has a podcast called Win Today.
Yeah.
And it's all about like mental health and struggles and faith and how to like win and overcome that. So huge shout out to him because he came over on Saturday and he spent like 4 hours with us. And he's the smartest person I've ever met.
It was one of those scenarios,
he's so
you're just like, you're like, oh wow, this person knows a lot more than I ever will. And is a genius.
I was like, dude, I cried a lot of tears in here, and you telling me I could have just called you?
Like, the missing puzzle piece, the last piece just like fit right in. It was great. Yeah,
he's coming over again this weekend to just like fine tune a couple things. We ordered some different lights. I don't know if you can tell on video, but we like switched up our setup a little bit. Like I can see it on the monitor over there. There's like a little more depth behind it. There's a lot that goes into podcasting and whatever. So I'm here hoping that you hear a difference because Chris worked his little magic.
Yeah, he was here for a solid amount of time.
Yeah, I just really appreciate him for that. But we have a lot to talk about, a lot to catch up on.
We do. We had to skip a week last week.
We did.
Not planned.
We got a case of the stomach bug.
Yep.
Actually, you know what's funny? I referred to it as the stomach flu on my Instagram, and I got this message that was like, it's called the norovirus. Stop calling it the stomach flu.
Yeah,
and I was like,
get with the times.
Why do you care what I'm referencing?
We don't use slang for sicknesses around here no more.
The medical term.
You call it by the medical term. By the way, little snarky person, we didn't get tested for it, so we don't know that it's the norovirus.
Right. That's what I was saying. I was like, well, right. I mean,
if you don't start calling the common cold by its specific viral origins,
the strain.
So help me.
I'm curious if any of you guys watch The Pit. We have been watching The Pit, which is like basically each season is a 24-hour day shift in the ER.
Took me about 4 episodes to catch that.
Yeah. TJ's a little slow when it comes to that kind of stuff, but kind of like the show 24.
Exactly.
Where like every episode is an hour. And I guess it's supposed to be one of the most accurate like depictions medically and like the pace of the ER and all that stuff. Okay, so it's a great show. But if you are a Grey's Anatomy watcher, I'm curious if anybody else feels this. I keep waiting for things that I know in Grey's Anatomy would happen. Like, for example, the one kid that brings his mom in and she's sick. And then it turns out that she was faking being sick because she's afraid her son has been writing in this notebook about like hurting people at school and whatnot. 100%. And then it just like goes away. It just like poof. And it's like, oh, we never heard about him again. And he like disappears from the hospital and no one can find him.
All right. Sorry. I've not watched Grey's Anatomy. So you're saying that's what happened in Grey's Anatomy?
No, that's literally what just happened in the show that we're watching right now.
I was going to say, that sounds like the show we're watching right now. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So
checks out.
Example.
That happens in the pit.
In the pit, this happens. In Grey's Anatomy, that would happen. But then the kid would go to the school and like, let's say like there's a school shooting or something. The next people in the ER are the victims of that. And it's like the fallout. Like it's way more heightened. Like somebody comes in with like this crazy thing in their stomach. And then it turns out that it's like, I don't know. I just feel like I keep being like, oh my gosh. And then I'm like, wait.
Girl, we're not even through a full season yet.
But none of that's happening. I'm telling you. Great. If you are a Grey's Anatomy watcher, I want to hear your thoughts on this.
But there was there's some spoilers. We're hitting some spoilers on here. But there was that one kid that overdosed on like Xanax that was laced with fentanyl or whatever. And then I think it was in the next episode, some of the other kids that he got that from.
It's not like that.
Whatever. Like, I love the show.
The ambulance thing. I don't know.
The ambulance thing happened for several episodes.
I know, but then like the crash of the ambulance thing would have been like a bigger piece. Like there would have been like an explosion and like
oh yeah, it's not dramatic enough for you. Like yeah, you need some drama. Yeah. You love some drama.
It's just weird. It feels like
I love it.
A miniature Grey's Anatomy where like not as much happens, which is probably more real life.
Which means it's more real life.
Because in Grey's Anatomy, they're coming in, they're like, "There's a bomb in her stomach," you know?
What?
Yeah.
Somebody comes in with a bomb in their stomach?
Yeah. And they have to be careful in surgery because they can hear it ticking.
I mean, I've never worked in a human ER, but I don't think that people come in with bombs in their stomach too often.
No. So you're probably right. If it's supposed to be the most medically accurate.
I just love the resident doctor / students like aspect because although I went to vet school, I didn't go to human medical school.
You didn't want to be a real doctor?
No, I didn't have it in me.
If you know, that's a joke.
That's a joke.
People first time listening.
It still cuts to my soul just like a little bit, but
anyways,
hurts my ego. But no, I think that interaction of like the hierarchy is really well depicted even through vet school where like you've got like the clinicians and then you have the residents and then you have some interns and then you have the students.
Yeah.
And like the anxiety that you would get as a student just talking to a resident.
Yeah.
When in reality the resident was just there like a year or two ago.
Right.
It's just crazy.
Yeah. I do feel like we are like in a show plateau.
A lull.
A lull.
You might say.
I like The Pit. I think it's a good like here and there show. But I truly like for our marriage, like we always talk about this in marriage of like you got to find the thing that's like you and your spouses that you do, that you connect. That's like your thing. And for us, it's always been crime, thriller, like drama.
Shows.
Yeah.
We've just connected a lot through crime.
We've just connected
really out there for the thrills.
A lot through crime. Yeah, no, shows. And like watching it after the kids go to bed. And I remember like when we were watching like Dexter for the first time or Breaking Bad for the first time, like being like, there's nothing better than just being like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to watch that tonight. And like, what's going to happen? And like having this like camaraderie. We're not having that with The Pit, you know? We're not
Sorry
like...
you feel that way.
But don't you agree? We just need a show. So
yeah, but
I want to run through quickly a couple of the shows that we've really liked to give the audience like a range of what we're looking for. And then if you see it, if you know of a show, please send it to us because you guys have always given us the best recommendations. So Dexter, Breaking Bad, Ozark.
Oh, what was that one that was on Showtime with Bryan Cranston?
Oh yeah, Your Honor. Your Honor. Amazing. The ones like The Following,
I mean,
The
back
Killing.
in the day, 24 was great, but
24 was okay. I didn't really get into it.
In its day, it was very good. Now it's not great.
24, His and Hers, All Her Fault, The Night Agent.
I love Succession and Sopranos, which honestly, if you would watch those, that's like crime, drama, family.
But it's not fun when you've already seen it.
But I would rewatch that. Would you rewatch something? Like,
but it's not fun if you've already seen it.
She won't do it. She won't do it. She won't.
I'm going to say it one more time and hope that you hear me. It's not fun if you've already seen it.
I hear you. Are
you listening, though, or are you just hearing?
I'm selective listening. I just want to have somebody out there.
So what about when I said to you, we should watch Grey's Anatomy? You said, no, you've already seen that.
Nuh-uh.
What about when I said we should rewatch Desperate Housewives? You said, no, you've already seen that.
No, first of all, Desperate Housewives, I don't think so.
You don't even know what it's about.
Don't need to. Grey's Anatomy, you already told me enough just now that it's super dramatized.
There's like 20 seasons.
I don't like things that are way over dramatized.
I actually don't think you would like Grey's Anatomy, but...
What? See, this is what we got here, people. This is it.
Anyways, we need your ideas in the comments because we need a show.
But we did this last summer where we were like kind of desperately looking for a show, but like it's finally nice in Michigan. I don't really like my evenings where we can finally sit outside.
Yeah, I do. We say this every year, though. We say, I can't wait to sit outside with our fire pit, and it's going to be great. We're going to spend so much time on our patio. And then you never let me take the freaking cushions off the deck, and it's never ready to go out there. And then it's 10 p.m. and nobody sat outside, and we didn't watch a show.
It's not the cushions, it's the covers. And
the covers, whatever.
We have...
You guys cover your patio furniture? Do you have a patio furniture covering Nazi in your house?
No.
Yeah.
No. We have seating. We have a table on our patio that literally seats 10 people. Let me finish.
I already know what I'm going to say.
Let me finish. We have a seating for 10 at that table. That whole table when we eat does not need to be uncovered. I'm not done. We have 2 large swivel comfy chairs around a little solo stove. Mm-hmm. We have 2 couches that could seat probably 4 people each, and then 2 more large chairs, oversized chairs. And we have a kids' picnic table, and we have 2 chairs for the campfire.
Get to the point.
My point is, if one couple is coming over to our house, we do not need to unleash the whole cavalry.
Yes, we do.
The whole fleet of couches and chairs for those people.
We absolutely do.
Because I know for fact what we won't use are the couches and the other chairs around the other fire pit.
And you want to know how I know that the couches won't get used? If they're covered.
Because I know they won't get used if they're uncovered because I watch it.
Each spot on our deck is for a different purpose. Because the other night when I said, I want to go outside and sit, you guys, he told me that I could use one of the dining chairs. Yes, you did. You said uncover half of the table. Picture this. I work really hard to make our deck look really nice. It has string lights, and everything is covered in gross, rainy covers, except one chair that's uncovered, and you want me to just sit there and enjoy the view.
I tell you what, uncover it. You cover it. What you uncover, you cover. And you have to cover it by the end of the night. Here's the thing, is that I don't care if she uncovers it. The problem is she never, 0%, 0.00000 indefinitely percent of the time, covers anything on the deck. And so, then it rains, and then you go to use this wonderful furniture we have. You sit down and you got soggy ass. You're soaking wet. You got to go change your boxers.
I will admit that I'm not the best at putting the covers back on. I'm just saying, like, I want to enjoy the space that I have. And I would sit in the swivel chairs, but that requires the solo stove to be lit, which is like a whole production of you starting a fire. If I want to just sit out by my gas pit, I got to uncover the couches. I would love to be able to go out there every night and like sit by the fire and hang out.
How many couches do you require?
For sure, one.
For sure. Pretty much only.
But would you want to sit in a whole patio where like you're just sitting on the one spot that's not uncovered and everything else you look at is covered?
If it meant I didn't have to recover everything else, absolutely.
Okay. Can we move on from this?
All right. My proposal. Each night of the week, you get to uncover one piece of furniture.
No.
And I'll cover it.
No.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Moving on.
I want to tell them a little bit about our up north trip.
Yeah, we had an up north trip. We went up to Traverse City, which, if you haven't been, highly recommend.
Yeah, raise your hand if you've been to northern Michigan. If you haven't, you've got to go. Like, you've got to.
When we say northern Michigan, though, northern part of the lower peninsula. The upper peninsula is great, too. You just have to... It's a big commitment to go across the bridge, and then even to like Pictured Rocks, once you're across the bridge, you're talking another couple hours at least. So
yeah, if you
it's a big commitment. You need a lot of time for that.
If you go like Traverse City, Petoskey,
Harbor Springs,
Glen Arbor, like that whole
Charlevoix, Sheboygan.
Never eat soggy Northwest.
No. Did you just say we never eat soggy waffles?
I said never eat soggy waffles. West, north.
We never eat soggy.
What?
Waffles. Oh, yeah, I guess
it's not we. It's just never eat soggy waffles.
I just remember...
North, south, east, west.
I just remember west is to the left.
Got it. Okay.
West side, left side, you know? That's what they say out there.
Is it?
No.
But the water up there, like Torch Lake, all of those up there, it is like the Caribbean.
It really is. I don't think people really even...
People write us off, I think.
Yeah, I don't think people give it the respect it needs. But it is amazing. You do have to plan pretty far in advance. We got lucky.
We did.
Snagged this little log cabin Airbnb, which was nice-ish. Thought it was good. The only thing is that when you... Airbnb is kind of sneaky.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because you sent me this log cabin and you look at like, I'll be honest, I did not thoroughly look at this. Yeah. And I don't think maybe you did either. I'll be honest,
I didn't really thoroughly look at it either.
Yeah, but that's more fitting for you. Yeah. It's not fitting for me. Usually you send me something and I can find some holes in the bottom of the boat, or I can poke some holes in that boat. But this one I didn't look that hard at. This log cabin says that it sleeps 18.
Yeah.
When you hear 18, I mean, even if you're going, okay, 3 per bedroom, this is a 6-bedroom house. Mm-hmm.
It had 1 bedroom.
Yes. 1 bedroom.
Yeah.
1 loft.
It was fine for our family of 4. There is no chance I would go with like even another family.
Dude, if I pulled in there with 18 people...
Yeah.
If I caravanned up there with 18 people, if I caravanned up there with 8 people, I would have pulled in the driveway.
Yeah.
Meandered around. Meandered the other way around. And out the driveway.
The way that it happened is it was the cutest little cabin.
It was so cute.
But it was like every open spot that there was, they put a twin bed in the loft. But the loft wasn't even like a big... I don't even know how to explain it to you. Like, the ceiling had these huge logs, basically.
Yeah, it was the log cabin beams. It was the beams.
Yeah, the beams. But so at, like, the floor level of the loft, the beam is, like, coming across the floor. So in between each of these beams, there's a bed that really is only, like, a twin bed width total. Half of it's the bed.
Right.
So you've basically got, like, a walkway. But to get from this bed to the next bed... you got to go over like 3 logs.
You got to run the hurdles.
Yeah, like Jordan couldn't even get over it. Like it's pretty tall. Like
Jordan more likely to crawl under the beam.
He crawled under it. So if you were like with like I was just even thinking like if your grandparents went with us.
Oh no.
Like they can't do that.
Well, first of all, this was a true log cabin built in, 1738 or something. Mm-hmm. And the floors were not even. I mean, that would have been.
That's whatever.
I know. I'm just saying. Even my grandparents walking around in that, I wouldn't have wanted that.
Yeah.
But then the other.
But hold on. So there was a bedroom on the main floor, which had a queen, I think, or a double.
I don't know.
It might have been a double, which was fine. TJ and I slept in there. And then when you go up the stairs, there was 2.
For one night, we did.
There was 2 bunk beds. They were fulls on the bottom and twins on the top. So that's where they're getting. That's 2, 4. 6 people there. Yep. Then like right immediate next to it, it's like twin, twin, twin. And then it's like log, twin, log, twin, log, twin, log, twin. So you've got like however many that is in this house.
It felt like barracks.
It did. It probably said this in the listing. So like I'm not dissing the Airbnb because it was exactly, I mean, there were photos. Like now when I look at the pictures, I'm like, I can see that. I just didn't look super close. But so like there's no privacy at all for the upper people that are staying there, which is fine. You would know that from the pictures. But then also in the pictures, there's a game room, which our boys were super excited about. It had like an air hockey table, a bubble hockey thing, like lots of fun stuff for the kids to do. Thing. And then somewhere there was this other like attic situation that had more.
Another loft. I don't think they called it an attic, but it was an attic. But
so when we get there, everything I described is in the first house. But then, like, completely detached, separate house, which I didn't know. I thought the game room was, like, in the basement or, like you're not going to let your kids, like, go over to the other building.
Well, you might have considered it, but the thing is that there was also a pretty swift, I'll say, river. Very close to the cabin. Like, you could throw a rock easily to it.
Yeah.
Close. And so, kids, that's another thing. At what age are you not as concerned about your kids swimming? It's not, I tell you what, it's not 2 and 6.
Right.
But that was the thing.
It had a fast current. Like, I think I would have even struggled a little bit in it.
Yeah. Put some water wings on you. You'd be fine.
I don't know. It looked deep in the middle, though.
It was. I think the water's is high in general around Michigan right now.
Yeah.
But then
But the sleeping arrangement in the second house was literally like a pull-down attic stair.
Like, I pulled the stairs down and dust got in my eyes.
So, like, thankfully, we were fine. Like, it was our family of 4, so it's just him and I in the bedroom, the boys up in the loft. Like, we're good. And the house was super cute. So just, if you were to book it, just know that. But I think it's on us for not reading the description
100%
properly, because it was exactly what it looked like. It was one of the cleanest Airbnbs we've been to.
Yeah, it was very nice.
It was extremely clean, extremely cute. It was on 10 acres that had, like, the river and whatever. We just had a great time. It was so great to unplug. On Saturday, so we went up Friday night. When we got up there Saturday, Jordan woke up. He threw up a couple times, which was, like, very abnormal.
Like at 3 a.m.
Yeah, and I was like, that's weird. And then he was, like, fine the rest of the day. Fine as in...
When we look back at it, I kind of am like, no, he wasn't.
Yeah. I mean, he was, like, extra tired. He took 2 naps in the car that were long, but, like, we were driving, so I just assumed that's what it was from. But no more vomiting or anything like that.
But Jordan's also that 2-year-old that can just, like, he can just choose to be a little bit difficult. Like, like, I love him to death. I really do. But he just has that personality of, like, he can just push a button.
Just turn it on.
He just knows how to do that. And so I wasn't sure. You never know.
Yeah, he also didn't like, the cabin had a lot of taxidermy. There was, like, a big moose on the fireplace, and there was, like, deer everywhere and stuffed ducks on the walls and whatever. And when you're in the loft, you're at eye level with the moose on the fireplace, and you could see it from his bed, and he kept saying, the moose is yucking at me.
Yeah, I don't yike him.
I don't yike him. He's yucking at me. I was like, Jordan, he's not looking. Yes, he is. His eyes are yucking at me.
Yucking at me.
There was one hanging on the wall up by the bed that basically when you lay down in your bed and you look up, it's like the deer head is like at you. I had to take that one down.
Yeah.
It just was funny. He was cute.
Poor Jordy.
He was cute. But then... for some reason, we were going to come back Monday, and for some reason, I just know that God knew what was ahead.
Dude.
Woke up on Sunday, and I said to TJ, I'm like, I don't know why, but I just feel like we should go home today. Like,
well,
it was kind of rainy.
Yeah, it wasn't that nice, and we had kind of ran out of stuff to do. I will say, Traverse City, unless you're going to be on the water...
and it's warm.
It's not like a place to be with a 3 and a 6-year-old for more than 48 hours. And we were looking, and Monday looked pretty nice. We knew we weren't going to stay there for Monday because we had to come back for Tuesday and stuff. So AJ had school on Tuesday. So we were like, well, Monday's going to be nice at home.
Yeah.
Let's just go home Sunday night.
Yeah, we were like, instead of like getting in the car and driving all day Monday, like, let's just go home after dinner time or whatever. So we're like, we'll just like kind of take the ride home. Like if we want to stop and get dinner, like we'll do that.
We still have a fun, pretty full day. I think we left at like 5 or 6 in the evening. Yeah,
we stopped at this like barbecue place, which was actually like delicious. It was so good. And we had ribs and cornbread and mac and cheese. Or no, Jordan had a grilled cheese. Then we stopped for ice cream.
Dairy Queen.
Then we hit the road. And let me just tell you, about 30 minutes from home, the norovirus, as the
panic started attacking.
The lady would prefer me to call it, started to very strongly tell me that it was on its way.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Yeah, and I thought it was from the ice cream. Because we're pretty sure I have a lactose issue. But
we're certain on that.
But we won't.
What's amazing is I've said to Amanda on multiple occasions, I think you just have to stop having dessert.
No one wants to hear that.
Oh, I'm so down with that.
That
I'll do
sounds
it with you.
awful.
I'll do it with you.
It's not even hard for you.
What do you mean it's
You
not
don't
hard
even
for
eat
me?
dessert. You can't give up something that you don't have.
I like some desserts. I'll just not eat dessert ever again.
But I love dessert. All of them.
My birthday was this week and I had 0 dessert.
Because we were stomach fluing. Either way, I forgot what... Oh, so yeah. We had to stop at a rest stop, which is terrifying because nothing good happens at a rest stop.
In the dark.
In the dark. And nothing good happened.
Yep.
And then we finally made it home. And I was like, this isn't good. And then shortly after, TJ said, I'm not well. And then shortly after, AJ said, I am also not well.
Between the hours of 12 a.m. and 6 a.m., I don't think I slept at all that night. Actually, I don't know that I really slept that night because the strangest thing about you and having stomach issues is that it causes you to go full-blown, I'm dying, and that's just part of your panic.
Let's actually talk about this for a second
Yeah.
because we haven't circled back on this. I had one of the worst panic attacks I've had probably in a while that night. I haven't had one in a while, and that was, I remember.
Not to that level.
I remember, like, I've thought about this a couple times, and I keep meaning to ask you. I feel like I, like, lost consciousness or something. I remember, like,
You didn't.
begging you to help me.
Yep.
Like, I'm not aware what's happening in those moments. So what was it like for you? Because I remember you trying to tell me that I needed my Xanax.
Mm-hmm.
I think you maybe, like, even put it in my mouth. I can't remember.
I don't think I forced any Xanax on you.
I'm not saying it like that, but you were like, no, like, this is your Xanax, which, like, I always take for emergency, like, panic attack things. And then I ended up getting sick right after.
I may have blacked out. I don't know if I remember giving you a Xanax or not. If I didn't, I should have. If I did, good job me.
I don't mean it like you were giving me
I
unwanted
know.
medicine, but I was
you definitely needed it.
So desperate for help. And I know before we had
pretty sure I did.
Last episode, it was like I physically couldn't. Like, I remember when that episode happened at the Speedway that we talked about, like, in one of our first few episodes.
Yeah.
That's, like, what was happening to me.
No, yeah.
Because I remember, like, my hand.
Yeah.
That's why I told you were like, I was like, just give it to me.
You know what I didn't do? Scream at you that you were having a stroke.
That's good.
Good job, me.
You learned from the lady in the parking lot.
Yes, I didn't do that the last time either. But no, you were on a level for sure. I remember thinking, like, and I think I said this to you. I definitely in the moment didn't say this, but the next day I was like, it really is weird to me that yes, you're vomiting, your stomach hurts, all that stuff. Got it. But everybody goes through that. Mm-hmm. Everybody, multiple times in their life. For whatever reason, for you, it puts you into the I'm dying. But then I vividly remember you giving birth to both our boys, and you were just like, where's my Diet Coke? Like, you know, it's just the weirdest thing to me. Like, you handled that. I'll be honest, I kind of thought that giving birth would, like, put you to the other side of, like, I can do anything, or I can, like, get through anything. But, like, still, I feel terrible for you. Mm-hmm. But, like, you look like you were thinking you were dying.
I don't know how to explain it for anyone else that's had panic attacks. Maybe you can relate to this, but, like, if this is the line, I'm, like, teetering on consciousness when I'm in that state. It's like I'm hanging on by, like, the littlest thread that there is. And so when you're like, talk to me, breathe, you know, and I don't communicate with you in that. Yeah. Like when I'm like shutting down and you're like, look at me, talk to me. It's like the only amount of energy I have to give is the part keeping me conscious.
Yeah. I believe that.
And I think it is the lack of oxygen to the brain thing, how they were saying that with the panic attack that happened at the Speedway.
I don't remember that, but.
They were saying, like, because you're not breathing and you're, like, holding your breath and you're, like, so, like, tight, that's why your muscles start to fatigue and you can't like function.
Yeah, and then it's kind of this weird scenario like that I find myself in where I have to convince somebody who is clearly not dying but is convinced they are dying that they're not dying.
Yeah, I think my fear is, I really don't know, but I'm not afraid of death. Like, I'm not afraid of dying and going to heaven. Like, I know that, like, your last breath here is your first breath there and, like, all of that. But the way that I feel in those moments where it feels like I'm going to die, I know in my head that I'm not. And then I get so worked up about, like, if this feels like this, how much worse is dying going to feel? And then I start to spiral, like, oh my God, like, is it going to feel worse than this? I'm going to die. And I don't know.
That's so many thoughts to have when you're puking your brains out.
I don't know what it is about vomiting that I don't know. There's no worse feeling to me in the world. I have the biggest phobia of it because I feel like I'm literally dying when it's happening. The good news is that it only happens to us once every few years. So I feel like we're good for a couple of years. And that is so exciting. Like, that feels so good.
Fast forward 1 week and it happens again.
That feels good.
Yeah, good for us.
Yeah.
We made it. So that was our Memorial Day weekend up north with the boys.
Yeah, then when I got back, I got to reveal the hockey rink, which is truly, like, one of the most badass things I can add to my resume. Like, built a very legit. Like, you can't even just say to people, like, oh yeah, I built a hockey rink in my basement. Like, until you see it, like, no, she built a hockey rink.
Pictures really don't do it justice.
In her basement. That's what is so funny when Kayla and Griff came over, and even my dad yesterday, when people walk down in the basement and they, like, see the full picture, especially because they have context of what it looked like before.
Right.
But honestly, even when, like, our friends were over the weekend who hadn't seen it before, it's so, like, take your breath away. Like, holy crap.
Yeah. It's just the full real deal. No shortcuts. Mm-hmm. Just everything about it is like, whoa, that's it. That's a hockey rink.
Yeah, it's really cool.
That's small hockey rink.
I'm just really proud of it. And my community was just so encouraging and supportive and just like, I don't know, like, it just feels good. Like how you were saying when it's like, do the hard things and like do the inconvenient and like in marriage and stuff, how you were like, when you go through the roommate phase and like it sucks, but you embrace it. It's like when you've been through like the losing of a sports team and then they win and it feels so great. Like that's how I feel with my audience. Like they're just proud of me, which feels really cool.
Yeah,
but
that was good.
We had a very, very, very special visitor.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Come to our rink over the weekend, and it was just, it's like kind of surreal, honestly. Yeah. Olympic gold medal goalie, Connor Hellebuyck. Yeah. Came over with his family. Everybody was like, how did this happen? I need more details. Like, what's the context of this? We actually met them earlier this summer, and our boys play hockey together. And so TJ and Connor have kind of been coaching together. And
yeah, it was the craziest thing. When the kids started playing hockey, I was going to help be assistant coach and just, I didn't skate. I played roller hockey, and so, like, I can skate-ish. I can play hockey-ish on ice, but, like, one of our other friends, one of AJ's other friends, her dad is very good at skating, very good hockey player, and so he was going to kind of lead the whole thing. I lead the baseball, he leads the hockey. Mm-hmm. And so one of the things that's really always hard to find in hockey is a goalie and kids that want to play goalie, because, like, putting the pads on is a lot, and skating with those extra pads on is tough, and then it's kind of boring because none of the kids can shoot or even hit the net. And so we're like getting ready for, I think it was one of the games or one of the practices early on. And Brian came to me and he was like, hey, we got another, a late addition to the team. They just emailed me about it. And they're requesting that he plays goalie. Like, he wants to play goalie first game. And I was like, sweet. I mean, okay, like, great. And he said, it's Connor Hellebuyck's kid. And I was like, and I kind of just laughed it off. Yeah. Because I thought he was just messing with me. Yeah. And he was like, no, seriously, it's Connor Hellebuyck's kid. And I was like, what? That's so cool. Like, And so that's just kind of kicked off that little bit of relationship, friendship, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And then it's just kind of evolved since then. And
yeah, our boys and then Brian's daughter too, they're all just like the Three Musketeers at the rink, and they just have so much fun skating and whatever. So we've gotten to know.
Well, you spend so much time together.
Yeah.
It's like, even at 6 years old, we were skating 2 to 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And then in the summer, it's like, well, there's nothing going on. So like, let's try and skate a little more or something. Like, it's just, and then as they grow up, and you look at some of these players who are on the Olympic team or even college teams, like, they've known each other forever. Or like, you listen to guys talk about other players in other cities and like, oh yeah, I played with him in juniors, or like, they all played together.
It's just
a very small community.
It is. It's such a small community. And it's fun because if you don't know Connor Hellebuyck, he is the goalie for the Winnipeg Jets. He's been there for almost his whole career, I think, on like a professional level. And then
his whole career.
He was the goalie for the men's USA team that won this year. He was like the MVP of like the whole thing, which was just so cool. And the fact that he's just like the nicest guy, so down to earth. It's really cool when you meet famous people or athletes or whatever, and it's like, you hope that they're nice and you hope that they're whatever. And it's cool to just see like a normal dad at the rink.
Just as normal as a normal dad could be.
Yeah, it's just really cool. Yep. And then to know that he's like such a powerhouse like on the ice. It's just, it's wild to like see it. And then we had them over, like we had them and another family over, and we were all just like grilling and hanging out. And I was like, oh my gosh, Connor, can I please get a video of you in the rink? Like, it would just be so cool, because it's like, the rink is such a big deal. Like, you're such a big deal. We got to make it happen. Yeah. And so it was just really cool. He was like so excited and honored that we even asked him, and it was fun. So cool. We're taking AJ's probably like, we're taking applications for any other NHLers that want to come by.
Yeah, come sign the boards.
I know. It was cool. He signed the boards, so we have that. It's just so funny to me because I'm like, what if, obviously, like, we're dreaming big. I know that it's hard. It's a long shot that, like, our kids would ever make it to the NHL or to a professional level of a sport or whatever. But, like, obviously, like, at 5 years old, now 6. It's AJ's 6 now.
6 years old today.
Like, that's his dream, obviously. Like, if you ask him, what are you going to be when you grow up? He's going to be a hockey player. And, like, I'm never going to tell him that that's out of reach. So we just are manifesting that. Like, you're going to be in the NHL? And I'm like, how crazy will it be if one day, like, he was in the NHL, you know, Connor's son, and you're in the NHL, and we can be like, yeah, at 5 years old, you guys were just, like, playing around in this little hockey rink that I built.
Yeah, that would be wild.
Like, how crazy is that? And you know how many hockey boys are going to end up in this rink over the next 15 years? I bet you
some NHL players on this rink.
Some future NHL player will put their feet on this ice.
So long as these boys want to keep playing hockey. Because we're not even the driving force. I don't want people thinking that, like, we're the driving force between AJ playing hockey. This kid wants to be on skates all the time. AJ, you want to go skate? Yes. AJ, you want to go do this? Yes. AJ, you want to go practice shooting? Yes.
And it's not even just like, oh, he wants to come down in the basement. This is what he does in his free time. He's either playing in the basement rink, he's shooting in the driveway, he's shooting on the back deck, or he's got a freaking wrapping paper thing with like a little ball in the kitchen. Like, everything turns into hockey.
Or baseball now.
Or baseball, yeah.
It's just all hand-eye coordination.
Yeah. But it's just really fun to like watch him get excited and to be able to provide them like a rink that, like, can you imagine like how big and cool that looks to them at their age? Like, do you ever go back to a place that you went like as a kid and you're like, I literally thought this place was like huge, and you're like, this is not that big.
Pine Knob.
Isn't that funny?
Pine Knob.
How like just like your perception when you're so little, like things just look like, I remember like my childhood bedroom, like it just felt like I had vaulted ceilings, and it just felt like huge. And I like recently looked at like the listing on Zillow, and I'm like, what? Yeah. Like that room just felt like mega. Yeah. Like, I can't even imagine what this rink feels like to Jordan.
Joey. Which
is really cool. But anyways, that's kind of like our life update. Yeah, I don't know.
We doing questions?
Yeah, last week we did, or I guess last week was a rerun of our master bathroom reno from hell, but the week before that.
Which still comes back and haunts us. Sometimes the steam works, most of the time it doesn't. Sometimes the floors work, most of the time they don't.
And the window is currently shattered in there right now. I think the master bathroom is just cursed. So whoever has the bathroom voodoo doll can just put it down.
Please.
We've had enough. We're good.
You won.
Yeah. So I forgot. Oh, so the episode that I was saying, we had you guys submit a bunch of questions about just like marriage, parenting, whatever. And there was a lot of like situational dilemmas that were inputted of like, what would you do if this? And so I don't know what they are. TJ has them and he's going to kind of read them and we'll go through and answer just like our general thing. Would love to hear your guys' feedback too, because the people that put these in are seeking advice. And obviously, like, we're not the experts. We don't have all the answers. And so we can give our 2 cents, but would love to hear yours as well.
Yeah. So the first one was communication advice, how to prioritize your marriage. We're approaching 2 years married and really struggling with our blended family. When they say blended family, I assume like kids from previous marriages.
Yeah.
Okay. I will always start with over communicate.
Yeah.
Over communicate how you're feeling, because it's very hard to understand how somebody's feeling if there's no like you're not over communicating that.
Yeah.
And it borderline will be annoying / tedious to begin with. But I think any new relationship, if you don't build it on over communicating, it's going to be tough to not let things like resentment, things like, you know, you're playing out scenarios in your head, or like, oh, I wonder what she meant or he meant by this, or like, I can't believe they said that. Like, don't say that to yourself. Say that out loud. Like, oh, I don't think you really meant what you just said. And even you and I have, like, we work on that, because sometimes, you know, we frequently go back to, we're playing on the same team. Like, we have the same common goal. And even when you get heated, it is, for whatever reason, that is the easiest thing to like let walk out the door. Is like, wow, what they just said, it seems so out of character for what I know our common goal is. And that if I'm perceiving that as truth, then we must not have the same common goal. But perception is reality too. And so your words carry like such a heavy weight, especially like there's nobody's words who weigh more to me than yours. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I was actually just listening to Andy Stanley and his podcast, which is really just his like messages. And this is like Christian, non-Christian, doesn't really matter. But he was saying like there's this like little statistic about positive words versus negative words. And for every 1 negative word, you need up to 9 positive words to outweigh it on the other side. Just to get to net zero.
That makes sense to me, because I can get a million messages on Instagram that say like, you're amazing. And then one is like, you're fat. And I'm like, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, they're so right.
You know?
No, but at the end of the day, and he was like, I would venture to say that, take your kids, for example, 1 negative takes like 20 positives, because your 1 negative is so hard hitting.
Yeah.
And he went down like this whole story about one thing that his dad said to him when he was, I think he was like 18 or something. He's like, and I'm sitting here talking to you about it, and my dad's not here anymore, and I'm like 50 whatever or 60. Like, right. That one thing stuck with me. And so I think that over communicate, be overly positive about each other, and overly positive about being on the same team is step 1. I think, again, I guess I do have a blended family in a way. My mom was not married before. My dad was married, and I have 2 brothers out of that we share the same dad with. My parents did a very good job at blending us as to the best of their ability. They lived in St. Louis, and so they would fly them up every other weekend when we were kids. And so I think we were as blended as well as we could be in that kind of scenario. But if this is like locally blended, I think that therapy and therapists, I think professional help is where I would start.
Yeah, I think because I have blended families on both sides. My parents are divorced and both remarried they had children prior. And so I think acknowledging and giving yourself grace that alone is difficult. Like trying to bring families together, and that like you probably are going to have more of a challenge than you would if it wasn't blended. You know what I mean? So like if your communication has to be like, I guess what I'm saying is like, don't wait to work on your communication until you're in the position where you need to communicate, you know?
Yeah.
Like if communication was an issue before, I would imagine it gets even harder when you blend. And so like remembering as a child of a blended family, it's a lot of change. It's a lot going on. You never want to be like, it was this way before with my mom and it was this way before with my dad, and now my dad is with someone new and my mom is with someone new, and like now the dynamics are different for everyone. Like you can't alter your expectations of your kids so much because of the step parent. You know, like you have to keep their life somewhat synchronized. I don't even know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but I would keep in mind though, like it's not insurmountable. Like
No.
it is doable. People do it. Again, we're obviously not in that scenario. We've been married. It's gonna be 11 years this year.
Yeah.
But I suppose if I was in that scenario, my kids would be my motivation for the success of this current relationship that I'm in, and my commitment. It would be one of my motivations. Obviously, my commitment to my spouse would be another motivation, but like I would be using those two things like synergistically of like my marriage depends on really good communication and over communicating, and the future of my children need this marriage to have that.
Right.
And so
I think though, like the root of the question is like, great, yeah, we want to communicate. Question is, how do we communicate better?
Yeah.
And so I think it's from the second that you're feeling something, don't just assume like, oh, well, it'll get better, or oh, whatever. Like I'm vocalizing to you that day something that you said or did that upset me. And then we're like squashing it. If I didn't do that and then I wait till it's like a month and I'm like, oh yeah, and remember when you said this and then you did this and then you did that, it's like it's way harder to come back from the more distance you give it.
don't let things fester.
Yeah.
Don't let things fester.
Next one.
Okay. How can you have your husband be more romantic when he's completely not at all? Does he know he's not at all?
Yeah, I think my two things right off the bat is, was he ever? Like, is this like a shift or something that changed? Because then my answer would be different.
Right.
If this is how he's always been, where he's just like not super thoughtful or romantic, you just kind of have to know like that's who he is and that's who he's been. So it's hard to make someone something that they're not. But I also think making it, again, with the communication, vocalizing what's important to you, and if romance and spontaneous gestures and like, what does romance look like to you? Is it him, you know, like survey yourself of what your love language is. Like, is it him planning a special date? Is it him doing the things that you want done without having to ask him? Like, what is romance? And have you communicated that to him?
Yeah, I think that men in general, myself included, we can just be oblivious to little things. And so in this scenario, I wouldn't, first of all, like you said, survey yourself. Sit down and write it down. What does that look like to you? So that you can be concise and be direct. Because many times, men, that's what we need. I need you to be direct with me. I need examples. Yeah. And that's just how I process. If I just said to you, like, I want you to be more romantic, that could mean so many things. Right. Like, do you want me to buy you flowers? Do you want me to clean the house? Do you, like, is it intimate? Right. Like you don't know what to do with that. Yeah. And then you probably are like, well, I don't know, so I'm just not. Because let me tell you, the guy's version of romantic and the girl's version of romantic is very different. Yeah. It is for us. And so at the end of the day, figure out what that means to you. And maybe the girl is more like the guy and the guy's like more like the girl. I mean, that happens in our relationship in different aspects. Yeah. But at the end of the day, write it down and then communicate it. Sit down together in a neutral kind of setting and then lay it out there. Yeah. Be direct, be gentle, but be direct. And then, the other thing I was saying, and this goes back to the 9 positive words for every 1 negative word, is that when those subtle, when that little thing was romantic, let them know.
Yeah.
I think that guys need that more than we ever will admit to it, or that we have in the past admitted to it. Like we were talking about just like subtle, gentle touch. Like when you just reach out and grab my hand while you're driving, rather than me reaching out and grabbing your hand while I'm driving, that kind of stuff motivates me to keep doing it. And it's just like that subtle little things, or like, hey, I saw you did, you never want this, but like you got my car door for me.
Right.
I've literally asked you and you're just like, no, don't do that. You don't have to do all that. But like, if you were the type of person that did that and you told me to do that, and then the times that I've done it is like, hey, thanks for getting my door for me.
Yeah.
That goes so far. Like that little positive reinforcement is just like, men are simple, man. Like,
I know too, if you're listening to this, I've been in place before where I'm like, well, I don't want to have to tell you. Like, if it's normal, if it's natural, you should want to do these things. Like, I don't want to have to tell you to do them because then they're not romantic, or like it doesn't feel the same if you have to tell someone to do the things. So, like, if you, I don't know, I kind of had to shift my mindset on that. Because
you got to train the dog, girl.
Yeah, I know. You got to kind of like feed it to him and be like, here's what I want it to be and whatever. Then he has to do it on his own. I don't want to tell you like, hey, can you plan a date night for me? And then you plan a date night. Like, that's not special. But if you know, which you do, that it's important to me and special to me when you plan date nights, so that you take the initiative to do it. You have to like give them a little bit. They're not that smart, you know?
You got to train us. We are so trainable. And you all know how to train us.
We do.
You do.
Okay, next one.
Okay. How do I get over my husband making a Tinder account and chatting with women? He claims it's because I don't give it up enough. We have 4 kids and 1 with special needs.
First of all, there's things that I want to say that I'm not going to say. I would not be handling that well. I think it's absolutely insane. I hope he listens to this. I think it's insane.
Easy, girl. Easy, girl. You're not helping the scenario.
I feel bad. I feel bad for her because as a mom, this whole like roommate phase and like young kids,
it's hard.
Like, intimacy is hard. I don't want people touching me. I'm overstimulated enough. I'm stressed. I'm busy. I'm all these things. I can see how it could create a divide in your marriage if you weren't like actively pursuing each other and like trying to stay connected. You're in that roommate phase. Not giving him an excuse.
Yes.
But I can see how it could lead if you're both not like aligned on like same goal destination type of thing that we talked about.
It's a very, very, very slippery stage. I feel like you're kind of on the mountainside. There's like, if you're not set up right, there's no guardrails. Like there's no nothing. And like when you're doing that on a mountainside, even the smallest wind can blow. And next thing you know, you're way down the cliff.
Yeah.
And to me, obviously, this is way down the cliff. You can get back up, but you gotta get back up and then put the guardrails up.
I think my issue with this is, and this could be just like in therapy, you're working on this. I understand that like what you just said, and like the wind can blow and like you get so disoriented in this season of life that I can see how you could drift apart from your partner, like wandering eyes. I can totally see how that happens in marriages. My issue with this is that if you do that and you find yourself in a situation that you should not be in, own it, apologize for it. Don't say, I did it because of something that you are doing or not doing.
Right.
Switching it around and taking it and putting it on the female because she's not putting out enough or she's not making, your needs and whatnot. Like, don't you think she's got other stuff going on that nobody accounts for like the mental load, the invisible mental load that like the mom takes on. Like, what is the school lunch menu? Like, what dress up day at school is it? Especially if they have like a special needs child. Like there's so many things that mom is probably taking care of and has on her back that dad doesn't even know. And so to then say like, well, I only did that because of X, Y, and Z. Like, yes, maybe the root is you and your spouse aren't connecting because you're in this season, but like you're at fault too.
But you know what that boils right back down to?
What?
Communication.
I know.
Communication. Okay, I don't feel like we're intimate enough. Let's find a way to work on that. What do you need, wife?
Right.
For you to be in a headspace to be intimate more often.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like your first week of marriage or your honeymoon phase of marriage. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be like those freaky people in their 50s that are the empty nesters. Like, it ain't going to be that.
Right.
And there's stats out there that like 80% of men have had or are addicted to pornography. Mm-hmm. Like, this isn't an uncommon issue.
Right.
And I would say in this phase, it's probably one of the easier things to fall into.
Yeah.
And do it secretively because you're kind of like, nobody knows about it. And it's an issue. Like, for sure they know it's an issue. Like, in no world is that acceptable. Mm-hmm. So, like, we don't have to explain that that what is being done is unacceptable. But this is what I've been kind of crazy about lately in just trying to get involved in Bible studies. And there's no men 30 to 45 or even 50 in Bible study, like at our church. Like, it's just not a common thing. And there's just not a lot of places for men in their 30s, 40s, and even into their 50s. And then they hit retirement and they realize they don't have any Christian friends or friends that align with what they're trying to be.
Just for like accountability.
And then I go to these groups now and it's like every single guy at the table has been divorced. And it's like, well, I think we have a common denominator here. There was an issue in your 30s and 40s. Maybe it's not just the man. I mean, frequently it's the women are involved too. Like, it is a issue, but like, why are we not addressing these things in our 30s and 40s? And so obviously this is a very hard time. The roommate phase, you have young kids phase. How can we better equip these people, us included, to be successful and see the other side of this?
Yeah. I mean, I will say, I do think I feel for her 100%. Like, I would be distraught and devastated and hurt and like probably would take me years to recover.
Definitely would take years.
And I'm not saying like you guys can't come back from it. It's just going to take complete like humility and like wanting to find your way back to that point in therapy and healing and a lot of grace on his end for her.
Yeah, there has to be equal desire for both of them to overcome.
Yeah.
He's got to be 100% repentant. No, I'm sorry, but, or you should have put out more. None of that. That's got to go away.
Right.
That's step one. She has to be willing to accept that. And that's hard. Like, I'm not saying that's an easy step, but it is a necessary step.
Yeah.
And it takes two to tango going forward, basically.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a tough one.
That is a tough one. Do we
Sorry
have
you're
more?
Going through that.
Do you want to do one more and then we'll be done?
This one is, it's a deep one too, and I think it's brief because we kind of touched on it. Last year I found out my husband had an on and off affair for a span of 2 years. We're in therapy. Do you think our relationship is fixable? I think it is fixable, but again, it goes back, just like we were saying, it takes two.
Yeah.
Like, and the communication has to be so solid going forward. And you feel like you're, like, you have to communicate so well that you feel like you're like on razor thin ice, both of you. Yeah. Everybody has to, because the whole success requires and rides on the communication going forward.
I actually heard they were talking about this on the radio the other day. I'm curious what your thoughts are on it. A husband came on asking for like opinions or advice or something saying like him and his wife had been married for like 50 years and that he had an affair. It was like a one night thing.
Got it.
When they were like in year 2 of marriage or something. And he never told her about it and she never knew. But it's like weighing on him and he wanted to tell her. And he was like,
do you buy that?
Do you want to know?
Do you buy that?
Buy what?
In year 2, you did it once. And
I don't know.
I don't buy that.
I don't know.
Sorry.
But I was just thinking if I was in that situation, like, obviously I would want to know. But like,
Step one, be honest.
What would I do with that information? Like, would it hurt me the same way if I found out when it was like active?
I think.
You know?
Oh, it would still hurt.
It would definitely hurt.
It would still hurt really bad. But
Basically,
I would say.
Have you cheated on me? I need to know.
No, I have not cheated on you. Oh my goodness.
I
would have such guilt.
Good.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
I also would fear my life.
You should.
Yeah.
You should. She should. You should. Okay.
Okay. Noted.
All right. Well, we're going to go.
Sounds good.
We'll see you guys next week. You can follow along at Mostly Thriving Podcast on Instagram. We share a lot of clips and things. Now would be a great time to get caught up on some of our previous episodes. And then we have a couple fun ones planned for you guys that we're excited about. So
super.
Sweet.
See
Bye.
ya.